welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be me painting a Studio Ghibli scene from Kiki's delivery service. So to preface this whole thing, a while back I decided that I wanted to have a second sketchbook, but more dedicated to painting, so it would be more of a painting book where I would practice painting with gouache, acrylic, whatever mediums I felt like, but I would practice painting. Now, this was for various reasons, but the main points are for me to practice color theory because I'm not that good, learning how to mix colors and how to obtain the colors you're looking for, also beginning to learn how to do like the whole color composition thing, and to practice actual painting skills. So to practice my blending, to practice me putting down paint, practice me mixing up paint, because if you've ever worked with gouache, you know that's sometimes a little bit hard to get the right consistency of gouache, and all of those skills that come from painting. I do sometimes paint, but it's not something I do on a regular basis. I sometimes do it on my sketchbook, but it's a very loose work, and I wanted to do more finished pieces. So I decided to have a sketchbook specifically for that. I was very inspired by a few artists that I follow on Instagram. I'll leave their Instagrams down below for you guys. But basically, like, they're amazing, and they have these sketchbooks with only like scenery, paintings and stuff like that. And I thought, okay, I could do something like this and maybe be inspired by some scenery from games and movies that I really enjoy, and I could practice painting while doing it. So yeah, that's why I got this sketchbook, and that is the plan going forward. So to open up the sketchbook, I was looking through the references I had collected, because I collected quite a few references from a few movies and games, and I found this Kiki's delivery service initial screen grab from the initial part of the movie where she's going back home and Gigi is sleeping on the porch, and you have this like big sign with the witch symbols and with some text. Now, I removed the text. First of all, I wasn't gonna butcher the kanji that was written, and second of all, I thought it would be a great scene, because in that like board I could write like my sketchbook and like the date I started and everything, or like painting book or something like that. I haven't decided yet, so I haven't written that down yet, but I decided to do that. So this is why I chose this scene. I also really like this scene a lot, and it has a little kitty cat, so that should be enough. So as you can see, I primed the paper that I was working on. So this is something I've never done before. I was following Jess Karp's advice. She made a whole video about this and why you should prime your paper. Please do check that out. And I decided to prime it. Because I figured, well, if I paint something on the other side of this page, which is something that's gonna happen eventually, it might reactivate the gouache on this side and mess up the whole painting. So I'd rather have it primed, and it will prevent any bleeding to happen, any reactivation of the paint, anything, so it'd be safer. Now, the problem with this was that, first of all, I should have sanded down the primer because it got a lot of texture, which I didn't even think about at the time. And second of all, I primed the crevice between the two pages. Since this is an A5 sketchbook, you know, you have to close the page, and where the crevice lays, the paint is now flaking off. Because, you know, the primer is kind of thick, and you closing and opening the sketchbook, it makes it flake off. So next time I know not to prime that part of the paper. Luckily for me, I did scan the image before, but yeah, that is something that now I know, and you live and you learn. When it comes to the painting process itself, it was kind of hard, and I think you've probably already noticed that in a few areas of this painting, I kept correcting the colors that I put down. So I would put down a type of color or a wash of color, and then I was like, nope, don't like this, I'm gonna redo it. So I remix some paint and I would paint over it, and then later on I'll be like, oh, this doesn't match, so let me just repaint it. And I kept repainting certain areas of the painting, because really that's the thing with this sketchbook that I want to learn, is that you know, you make mistakes and then you're like, okay, this isn't the right color, this isn't what I should have done, so let me redo it. So I kept doing this over and over again, which made the process a bit longer than it should have been. And I ended up taking 3 days to this, because one of these days was just me fixing everything I did the day before. So like the middle day I was fixing everything I'd done on the first day, and then on the second day I was really able to finish off the painting. On the third day I was really able to finish off the painting. But you know, that's the thing with this painting, is that in the sketchbook, is that I want to learn how to fix these things. I want to, you know, learn how to be better at this. So it was really a learning experience, and I think that's very important. Yeah. In regards to the paints I'm using the Himi Jelly Gouache paint set. I'm going to be reviewing this in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But it was actually my first big painting with these paints, and I found myself struggling, but not because of the paints. Okay, this is unrelated to the paints. It's actually my own skill, because gouache is such a particular paint that you need to learn how to mix and how to get the right consistency. So I found that in the beginning I was having a lot of trouble with that, but towards the middle and end of the painting I was getting a lot better at it, getting the consistency right, the quantities right. I was having an easier time mixing the colors I wanted. So I really do believe that the objective of this sketchbook is going to be accomplished. And if you're like me and you're having like struggles painting stuff, or getting the right colors, or knowing which colors to paint next to which colors and all of that, consider this, because honestly it's the first painting and I already felt like I grew a lot, and I'm a little bit more skilled, just a little bit more skilled after this painting. So do consider that if you're struggling like me. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. I could ramble on and ramble on, but I really have nothing else to say. I'm gonna leave you with the video. Let me know your feedback. Did you like this type of video? Did you not like this type of video? Is this something you've ever considered doing, you know, having a sketchbook where you paint on? Is this something that you'd advise people to do? Is it something that you'd say, yeah, do it, it's great, or not really? Like, what's your opinion on this? Let me know. I'd love to know that. And have you tried these paints as well? I think that's very important, because they've been like the whole shebang on the internet have been these paints, and for a while now. And what do you think of them? Have you tried them? Would you consider trying them? Have you watched any reviews? What's your take on them? I'm actually really interested on that. And yeah, I think that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.